you think is when an opportunity comes in front of me, I always look at it as God gave this, the universe gave it, and I grab it. It doesn't matter. I used to go, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start. I'm too overwhelmed. I had all these stories, but I said I destroyed those stories and developed just a pattern to grab it and run with it. Now, not every opportunity I've grabbed has been worthwhile, but I've not missed any opportunities, and I've found some real ones that made me grow, expand, and change my life. So I have a very simple philosophy, and that is simply this. And I invited all of you to consider it. And I told it to her that again that day. I said, every day my view is this. Whenever I make a decision, whenever I set a goal, whenever I know there's an opportunity in front of me, I never leave the sight of that opportunity. I never leave the sight, the moment of that decision or goal without doing something right then that commits me to follow through. Because otherwise, you've ever done this, you're all excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it in a week. I'm going to do it in a month. And then a week or month later, you're no longer in state. And then you get caught up in other things and you don't follow through. Who can relate, right? So I said, honey, what you got to do is while you're in that state, while you're in the state of knowing what's possible, do something that commits you to follow through when you leave that time. That gives you momentum. Schedule a meeting, lock something down, fire somebody in the business, hire somebody, schedule a call, whatever it is. But do something that locks you into following through. Invest in something, do something. She goes, well, how does it relate to me? I said, it's really simple, honey. I said, the best dancers in the world, you want to be on Broadway, you need to compete against Broadway dancers. You got to learn in that environment. You're in LA. I said, you've grown up on the beach. I grew up very poor. You grew up on the beach in a really nice home in a really nice environment. You need to toughen up and you need to compete against the best. She goes, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I think what you should do is leave school, and I think you should go move to New York, and I think you should go get training classes there and go to work trying to get a job on Broadway every single day till you get one. And I said, because I think you have tremendous talent, but I'm your father, so I could have a colored view of things, but you're going to know. And I said, if you don't do it, you're going to live with regret. Because I said, this is what you're getting. There's a timeline on everything, isn't there? It's like AI right now. You're going to be in the front or you're going to be in the back, right? It's like, there's a timeline on a dancer. But you said I should go to college. I said, I did. You still can. But your dream as a dancer, you got to do that. She goes, well, when would I do this? I said, when would now be a good time? She said, to your dream at the end of this next semester. I said, I think you should go. I'll help you. I'll pay for the apartment for the move, but you have to have a job, and I'll pay for some of your training. But you got to have a job, and you got to support yourself, and you go out and do this. She goes, well, that's a big decision. I said, yeah, big results come from big decisions. She goes, well, maybe I should talk to someone else about this. I said, sure, people pay me $1 million for my coaching. You should go to someone else, get the answers for your life. So, no, Dad, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody in the industry. Like I said, who are you thinking of? And she mentioned this guy, Jay, that worked for CA, a big agency. He's a friend of ours. I said, that's a really smart move. Call Jay and ask him. So she said, okay, well, I said, when? She goes, well, I said, no, now. So she goes to call. I quickly pick up my phone and dial him. True story. Or she picks the phone. I said, Jay, it's Tony, listen, real quick. My daughter's going to call you. I said, here's what I told her. Got to compete with the best. Got to learn from the best. She's here in LA. I said, tell me if I'm full of it. He goes, no, Tony, you're absolutely right. LA is not the place for the dancer. New York, and she's going to be on Broadway. That's what she's got to do. I said, then tell her that. Okay, bye. So she comes back a few minutes later and says, his line's busy. So I said, call him again. Well, you can't give it that. That's your persistence. You'll never make it. So she goes, calls again. I don't see her for another hour. They talk for like 45 minutes. At the end of 45 minutes, she comes back in and she says, Dad, Jay said that's the right thing to do. I said, Father knows best. I said, but it's logic, right? Everything is about modeling. Learn from the very best. Be in the environment with the best, and it's going to affect you. Just like being a part of this community. If you're going to be around all these people supporting each other, it's different than being off on your own. So I said, let's do it. So we did. And it helped move, and it turned out it was the worst storm season and winter season in New York in like a decade. So she went from Southern California by the beach to freezing her butt off. And but to her credit, she really went for it. She took classes, going out on jobs, trying. And I don't know, it was probably 6, 8 months later, maybe 7 months later. I'm coming to New York. I let her know I'm coming. And she goes, okay, okay, Dad, I can't wait to see you. And when I get to the airport, there's a car there for me, and I didn't order the car. I'm like, Preston, you know, your daughter. Wow. She get my money to pay for this car. That's a big, right? And so the guy says, okay, I'll take you. I get in the back of the car, and we're driving off. And we drive past the neighborhood that she lives in. And it's like, isn't that where we're supposed to turn? He goes, no, we have a different location she's meeting you at. And then we get down to downtown on Broadway, where all the plays are, and we pull up to this theater. And on the outside of this theater, I see in big letters the play Tommy. You know, some of you know the play Tommy, the Elton John song. And right underneath it is my daughter's name. Within 7 months, she's starring on Broadway from going to New York City. How's that for Tony? So I'm very proud of her. Obviously, I like to give full credit for her success. It was her talent, her hard work, but I helped push her over the edge. And that's what I hope you do today for yourself. I hope you push yourself over the edge. Don't make up any excuses. I don't have the money or the time. You can do this. You don't have to even get it.